everybody. I know it's been forever. So I am checking in and I got a lot to say to you today. So I was away, I went on vacation. It was wonderful. And I'll get back to that a little bit later. Actually, no. I was on vacation and vacation was amazing. But toward the end of it, and then when I got back, I wasn't really feeling well, so that's why I'm even later than I expected with the video. However, I wasn't sick from vacation. So to me, that feels like the routine that I put in place prior to vacation really did work, because a lot of the times you'll go away and then you'll feel sick when you get back and you're like, what happened? Oh, it was the airplane and all of that. But really, I had read prior to going on vacation that the reason why a lot of us get sick when we get back from vacation is because we're running around so much in our day to day and like not resting at all, like not getting any sleep or not eating properly or not exercising or just work, or having a tremendous amount of stress, that when we go on vacation and we finally take a breath and rest our body just goes crazy and everything starts coming up to the surface. And I think of that like kind of how when you go into a meditation practice and things start coming up for you, like in your mind, or maybe you're noticing some aches and pains in your body that you were ignoring or not paying attention to. And I think that's what a vacation will do. So prior to my vacation, what I did was I ate well. I went to bed on time, like for like a whole week before. I don't like going to bed late, but I took extra steps to like take it a little bit easier before I went on vacation. I actually didn't do a lot of the things that I would normally do prior to, like being packed a week in advance. Like I did a lot of it closer to the end. I didn't stress about it as much. So I was like, you know what? I don't have it in me to pack 3 days before, so I'm just gonna rest instead and wait. And I was able to get it together anyway. So that was nice. And also, I have a routine where I incorporate ginger in my diet daily, apple cider vinegar, and I stick with that. And every time I fly, I hit a juice bar. They usually, here in the States, they have, well, at least on the East Coast, I'm not sure about other areas of the country, we have Jamba Juice, and they have, something with ginger in it. And I get one of those before I get on a plane. And while I'm away on vacation, I try to see if I could find something similar during or, on the way back. And I found that it worked really, really well. So even though when I did get back, I wasn't feeling great, it was not related to my vacation, but everything's all cool now. So that's going to be my routine going forward when I go on my next vacation. And what else? Oh, so we are getting closer towards the end of December, and on December 17th, Venus was out of the shadow period. So we are done with this Venus retrograde completely. And I hope that was like a clarifying experience for you. And I hope that it helped you to realize and recognize what you needed to do, what you wanted to do in regard to your love life, your finances, and your health. Because it was a heavy transit for a lot of us, especially me. And I'm happy to say that there's more clarity that I have in my life overall. And I have like a focus. And my focus going into the next year is freedom. How to cultivate more freedom in my life, how to accept it, allow it, and not let fear get in the way of it. I know I mentioned this a few times, but Jupiter is in retrograde in Sagittarius, and that's going to be going on for many, many months. So if you have a lot of Sag in your chart, if you are Sag Sun, Sag Moon, or it's like peppered around in other areas of your chart, I recommend that you look that up and see what it means for you. So right now, for me, my best friend is a Sagittarius, and he's been going through some of the motions and just really trying to slow down and identify ways that he can basically uncovering stones, turning over stones. And it's funny because I feel like I'm in a similar boat. I am a Sag moon, and this transit is making me realize that there are areas in my life that I thought were like done, completed, past, learned a lesson, forgiveness, all of that in check. I'm good. But then I'm coming to realize, wait a minute, I need to take some steps back so that I can revisit certain things that I thought were done and that I thought I got over, and I really didn't. And maybe you feel like that too, but this is important. Here's why. I do a lot of reading, and I stumbled across something the other day. Actually, it may have been, I can't even say, I read from so many people. I think it may have been Sonia Evans for Ten of Cups Ministries, and I get some of her emails. But I was reading about the importance of forgiveness. Now, forgiveness is a big deal for me. And it's not just forgiveness for others, it's forgiveness of yourself. So you may have heard this many moons ago in my earliest videos, so I'm going to come back with it now. Forgiveness. Forgiveness is basically giving up all hope for a better past, right? And forgiveness is not just about letting someone get away with what they've done or not have done. Forgiveness is for yourself so that you can let go of anger, because even righteous anger can be harmful for you. But the thing that I learned or read from Sonia Evans about forgiveness is that when we don't forgive, we block what can be coming to us. So it's important to go back and revisit any area where you may have not forgiven yourself or others so that you can invite what you're supposed to have into your life. Super important. And also the thing about that is that idea comes up in the reading that I have for you today. So what I'm saying is you might feel like you're in a place, Sagittarius folks, you might, or, it's probably in everyone's chart. I wouldn't be surprised, but you might feel like certain things coming up where you're noticing that, wow, I really didn't get over that completely. Like I thought I did, but something is pushing it back up and I have to address it again. So this is to say, avoid harping on things from your past, but if they're coming up, do what you can to let it go. And I was reading Jess Lanyadoo, and her weekly horoscope was saying that our full moon coming up in Cancer is an opportune time to recognize, take notice, and identify what we love, who we love, all of that. But the other side of that is full moon is an opportune time to let go of things that are no longer serving you. Because when the full moon happens, in the days after that, the moon starts waning down until it gets to a new moon. So the moon is basically like going black over time up until the new moon. And that's the perfect time for releasing. Because when you do a ritual to release or to let something go that's not serving you at the full moon, as that moon wanes, that thing starts dissolving from your life. So that's why it is a good time if you can do it. I know it's the holidays, and I know for me it's going to be hard for me to do certain manifestation work, but it doesn't have to be anything crazy. It can just be setting your intention. Intention is important. If you do not set an intention, how do you know where you're going? So if you feel it and you have it, take a few minutes to set an intention for this full moon in Cancer. Maybe to let go of anything you're holding or harping that's interfering with your ability to forgive, what's interfering with your ability to receive. Think about it, okay? So, on to the reading. I actually have a reading for you from 4 decks, okay? So we're going to start with the Enchanted Map, And the first card is basically where we were. And this is the coming apart card. It is in reverse. So here's what it looks like upright. So coming apart, that means that something in your life may have fallen apart, started unraveling, started breaking down. Maybe it was your job breaking down, a friendship, a relationship. Heck, maybe your car broke down. Who knows? But it was just something, it fell apart. But the thing about that is that thing that fell apart on you right now is giving you an opportunity to co-create something else, something different, something that better serves you, better suits you, something more amazing than what you could ever have imagined. You know, so that's right now, spark. Using your creative mind, using your co-creative skills, because remember, you are the co-creator of your life, of your destiny, and partner with the universe. So whatever you're thinking, whatever you're saying, whatever you're feeling, you have the power to have that come to you. So be careful what it is that you're thinking and saying about yourself and saying about others, and what you're feeling inside. Address what you're feeling inside. So when you're feeling something that can potentially drag you down a few energetic notches, acknowledge it, free it up, so that you can get back into a joyful place, a happy place, or at least set the tone to make it there. It's not easy, but it's worth it. So this is right now, this is your time. Whatever you're thinking about, saying, the actions you are taking is going to lead you into your next step. It's going to lead you into your next year. So pay attention to it. Don't sleep on it. Like, invest in it. Think about it. Write it down. Whatever you need to do. However, this last card, stuck in the mud in reverse. That's how it looks upright. But stuck in the mud in reverse. Don't take everything you're trying to manifest and force anything, because if it doesn't fit, don't force it. This here card is about flow. This is about making a concerted decision to get yourself unstuck through not focusing on the thing that you're stuck in and focusing on something else. This is about flow. This is about letting go of what no longer serves you. This is about not trying to push anything that's not going in your way. If it's not happening the way you want it to happen, let it rock. Let it rock. Because you will be fighting up against a brick wall, rocking a hard place, and in this case, stuck in the mud. You will not get anywhere. So just let it go. Don't bother with it. Let it go. If it's not happening the way you want it to happen, you can't force a situation. So the only thing you can do is just, hey, let it go. So think about that. But it's not just letting it go so you can sulk in a corner. No, it's letting it go so you can be open to what is going to fit. Because just because something didn't happen the way that you wanted to happen, it's not going the way that you wanted to go, that does not mean there isn't something better suited. There are limitless ways to be and exist. So if one way is not working for you, there are other ways. But remember, you can't hold on to something that isn't working and think you're going to get something that is. So this is where strength comes in, and you got to let certain stuff go out of your life so that you can invite what's going to work. So the whole Venus transit was one of the things to help us come to that decision, you know, of what we're going to do, what we got to let go so we can open up a brand new world for the things that we want. That is what this whole spark is about. You can want something so bad, but if you're holding on to something that's the antithesis of that, the opposite of that, you're not going to get the thing that you want. And this is not easy. It's hard to let go of what's familiar, your job, you know, your friendship. But if something is not serving you, let it go and be open to the things that are, because it's out there. Okay? So, and I have a card from the energy deck, and this is interesting because this is the jumper. And the cool thing about the energy deck is not only does it support reversals, it can give you a sideways. So this popped out of the deck sideways, man holding a coin. And what this means is it has both meanings that they list. So what this means is you can fall into one of these camps or both of them simultaneously, okay? So I'm going to discuss the upright meanings and the reverse meaning. So the upright meaning of man holding a coin is basically that you have moved into a place where you're ready to tackle your finances and you know what direction you want to go in. This also might mean that you might get some good financial advice from a man, but at the end of the day, go with how you feel about your financial, situation and what your next step is going to be. Additionally, for ladies, this could mean that, or anyone at all, this could mean that you might meet someone at work and get into a relationship, or you might meet a wealthy man and get into a relationship. So this is basically about your finances and you being ready to take the next step with whatever you need to do, or the possibility of entering into some sort of relationship or partnership with someone who's wise enough to help you with your finances, or maybe even dating a person like that. Okay? And then the reversal means that you might need to watch your finances a little bit closely, slow down on your spending, and pay attention to what really matters as it pertains to your finances. Additionally, this might mean there could be a man in your life who is critical, dismissive, caring more about themselves than you, and this goes for everybody. Maybe it's your family, maybe it's your dad or an uncle or a sibling, maybe it's your boss. Maybe it's your boyfriend, your date, someone who is just critical and demanding and not really caring about you getting what you need or you getting where you need to go. They're acting as a blocker. So, a blocker financially, maybe it's a physical blocker, maybe it's an emotional blocker. Beware of this person and try to navigate them, and they may need to go. So that's what this card is about. So all of this might apply to you, half of it might apply to you, but I was given to share the whole shebang with this card. So, and that's that. And then I have a love deck card, and I love my love deck because the thing about it is ways of loving and being, I think about that all the time, the way that I love myself or my children and my family, my friends, it's a very interesting topic for me to see how love manifests in a very different ways, and it makes me very happy to see. So this one, within nothing there's everything, what this card is saying that even if you can't see it, what you want in your heart, it's on its way. And that's why this spark business right here, hold on to the spark and the positivity of trying to manifest what it is that you truly want and feeling that inside and living in that. Even if everything is pointing to the opposite of what you want or what to be true in your heart, don't let it go. Don't let go of the dream in your heart. For real. Don't be talked out of it. So this means that it's on the way. Just hold on to what is for you. All right. And my last card is the respect card from the healing deck. And I love that this came up. And actually, I think this may have come up in one of the last two readings that I did. And this is wonderful simply because this and this, they go hand in hand. Because you are holding on to your dream. Okay. So it can manifest and it can be on its way. This respect part is you having enough respect for yourself to not be talked out of what you deserve, what is coming for you, what you're striving for, your dream. Have the respect for yourself so you're not talking yourself out of it. And have respect for yourself so you're not letting anyone else talk you out of it. If you know there's something you want to see in your life and you can imagine it and you can feel it, don't let anyone make you feel like it doesn't exist, that it won't come, that it's not a possibility, that it's too much, that it's out of the ordinary, that it's out of the box, that you're asking too much, that, it's an impossibility. Oh, people don't do it like that. Oh, that's not going to happen. It's 1 in a million. Don't. If you feel it in here and you have the push, the esteem, the drive, which you can build, work on building it. so you can get where you need to get. Don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. Don't let them kill your dreams. Don't let them talk you into taking less than you deserve. Don't do it. Respects. Hold on. Hold on to what you know, you need, you want. All right? So, until next time, namaste.